What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games, and today we have another easy shiny hunting exploit location for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's DLC, the Indigo Disc. And this spot, we're going to be able to get a bunch of different shiny Pokemon to add to your shiny living decks. And of course, guys, if you like this type of content, enjoy these videos, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam and hit that join channel member button below. So let's dive into it. And we're going to be at the Central Plaza here, and we are going to be doing another reset, but this time over in the Polar Zone. And the Polar reset is actually pretty easy and chill. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the right over the Polar right here to the entrance. And you can actually do a reset by going back and forth and back and forth. Now, what kind of Pokemon can we spawn here? Well, a lot of them, especially if you have the starters opened in this area. If you spent 3,000 BP, you will be able to shiny hunt the starters by doing this method. And it's actually going to be one of the better methods to actually shiny hunt Oshawott and Piplup. Now, to begin, we're going to, save our game, because we always save our game before we shiny hunt. Because just in case you make a sandwich, don't get the shiny in 30 minutes, or something terrible happens, you can just reload it and you don't waste your Urban Mystica, and it's the best and most efficient way to play. Now we're going to do a picnic, and you do a picnic pretty much anywhere in the zone. I'm just going to do one right here next to this rock over here. And for our first shiny hunt, I'm actually going to go for a Psychic type sandwich. And with the Psychic type sandwich, I can do a Solosis hunt. And by doing that, I can do one onion, one salty, and one sour. There we go, sparkling title encounter level 3 for Psychic type Pokemon, and ready to begin this shiny hunt. And with this, we're able to shiny hunt exclusively for the Solosis line, and you can also get Duosion. Now, Solosis will be a group spawn for the most part. Sometimes you get individuals, and Duosion can sometimes spawn in groups, but it's very rare. You're mostly going to be seeing Solosis spawns and then Duosion by themselves. You can get Reuniclus, but that's going to be the super rare spawn. And for this, you'll get your 15 spawns. You can look to your left and right. Most of them are going to be on the right, which is why I prefer this general spot over here. Is most of them are going to be spawning right in front of you, of course, which is always very nice. Make sure it just says you're in the polar area, because don't stand there and just wait. Now, the shinies for these can be a little bit difficult. So Solosis is going to be more of a blue orb than a green orb, so you got to pay attention to that. Duosion looks a little bit the hardest. It's similar to Solosis, but it's a little bit harder to see, as you can see on the image there. And Reuniclus is like purple. So that's a super easy one to spot. So they're hoping to see at least Reuniclus or Solosis as their shinies, because those are the two easiest. Duosion could be a little bit tricky with the lighting, the time of day, and all that stuff. Good luck on this shiny hunt. There you have it, sparkling title encounter level 3 for fairy type Pokemon, and ready to begin this shiny hunt. And with this, we're able to isolate shiny hunt for Milcery, and they're gonna be spawning over to the left and to the right. Now, their shiny is a little bit hard to see, and it's a little bit hard to see, especially when you're looking over like on a white area like this ice area. But they're gonna be like a pure white shiny. The big tell is that their eyes are gonna be black. So you can just do a town reset. And what I've been actually doing for a lot of these hunts is I would just walk up to this point, wait for them to spawn in, and then when a decent amount spawns in, I actually just make this circle around. Because, you know, a lot of them end up doing spawning behind this rock. I mean, you'll get some over here as well, so definitely check on this, especially because it's like a smaller shiny. But you see how we had a bunch behind this rock? Like, you might as well just walk behind it, make a lap. Sometimes you get a couple new spawns, and then keep on doing the town reset. You should be good to go on this shiny hunt. Good luck. And for our next sandwich, we're doing a normal type sandwich with one filet, one spicy, and one salty. And this gives us level 3 for sparkling title and counter power, and ready to begin this shiny hunt. And with this one is actually going to be a pretty sweet shiny hunt. You're going to be able to hunt for Cinccino and Minccino, but you'll also be able to get some like random spawns of a Porygon and Smeargle. Those are both Pokemon that we've already covered on the channel of awesome isolate shiny hunt spots. But if you really want to get Minccino and Cinccino, this is going to be by far the best shiny hunting spot to get these guys. And their shinies are going to be super obvious. They're going to be red for the Cinccino, or for the Minccino, and the Cinccino is going to be more of like this tannish orange slight color. And for the Porygon, it's going to be a blue color, and Smeargle is going to have a red tip instead of the green, and is going to be more of an orange brownish color on its body. Good luck on this hunt. And it took some time, about 12 minutes, but we did end up with our shiny Minccino, and this is an absolutely cute Pokemon. Definitely one of the cutest Pokemon ever made. So there you go. And now let's move on to our next shiny hunt. For our next shiny hunt, we are going to be using an ice type sandwich. And I use one cloth stick, one salty, and one spicy. You can see sparkling title on counter level 3 for ice type Pokemon. And with this, we're actually able to get Dewgongs, Cubchoos, and Beartics, which is fairly interesting combo of Pokemon that we're actually getting here. But I would actually say this is probably the best Cubchoo spot in the entire game. So that's really cool. We get a nice little town reset for Cubchoo and Beartic. Very interesting that we get Dewgong here as well. Seel is not an ice type Pokemon, so it will not be able to spawn here. It is a mono water type. So if you use a water sandwich, you would be able to get Seals. But the shinies for Beartic and Cubchoo are going to be more on the purplish side. Super easy to see on Cubchoo. Beartic's is a little bit more fainter of a color, so a little bit harder to see there. Dewgong is going to be more of like a bright beige type of white, tannish white in a way. It's definitely different when you compare it. So you'll be an obvious shiny when you do see the shiny Dewgong. But there you have it. Let's move on to our next shiny hunt. Next up, we're doing a water type sandwich with one cucumber, one salty, and one spicy. And with this is actually pretty awesome of a hunt. So if you don't have the starters unlocked, you're only going to be getting Seals and Isolate Shiny Hunt. And that shiny is going to be pretty obvious. It's going to be pretty much exactly like Dewgong's, where it's going to be like more of a beige white color. And it'll stick out more like a white gold type of color to it. But you can see that I have the starters unlocked in this area already. And we are getting the Piplup spawning. And you can also get Oshawott spawning too. I didn't get any in this batch, but we can get Oshawotts as well. Now, this is going to be maybe one of the better ways to actually get both Piplup and Oshawott shiny outside of doing a mass outbreak, because they do spawn over the ice everywhere. However, you know, they aren't an isolated hunt and they spawn with the Seals. If there was no Seals, this would be a way better hunt for both of them for sure. And then I would say this is definitely the go-to method to hunt them with this exploit method. But sadly, I can't really say that because they're most likely going to get a shiny Seel before you get a shiny of a Piplup or an Oshawott. But they do spawn pretty decently, so if you don't have any of these shiny, I would actually recommend trying out this method for a little bit. Now, the shiny Piplup is going to be more of like a minty blue color. And the Oshawott, its blue colors are a little bit like changed, like a little bit darker on its body. But the big thing is it has like this pink clown nose on it. So that's more of an easier tell for me. And once again, I just do the way of just walk around the group, go behind the mountain, because you never know what's actually going to spawn. Oh, I guess you can also get Dewgongs as well as a rarer spawn. And somehow got a Lapras in the water over there if you get a little bit too far as well. Wouldn't count on those as being the main hunts here, but this is what we are getting in this general location. So good luck on this hunt. And it took us about 10 minutes, but we got ourselves our shiny Seel. You can see it's sort of obvious. It's more of a whiter, like yellow shiny when you compare it to right next to the other Seals. So it does stick out. It's a little bit of a golden white color. But there we have it, another shiny on the board. Very easy peasy, and I hope you guys enjoyed this shiny hunting exploit location. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one.